Welcome to Savor the Story podcast, where books and snacks are life. I'm Nicole. That's Vanessa.
Hello.
What's up?
All right, I'm going to start off immediately. We're going to get the elephant out of the room. I don't even know if you know there's an elephant in the room.
Is it, I have a new setup?
That wasn't, but we can start there if you want.
Yes, I finally brought up my computer desk and set it up.
You finally made it a actual space for you.
Yes, what you can't see is on this side of the on this side of the screen is a table, like my craft table, air quotes, and it is literally covered in shit. So
Don't show that.
Yeah, I very purposely moved the screen over. That's why you get this weird corner here and stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Not quite sitting straight. Yep. Yeah. But it's here.
Excellent. I'm happy. Are you going to actually put a bookshelf behind you back there now?
I don't know. I thought about it, but if I put a bookshelf up here, I don't think I'm going to have room for all my other stuff. Because now...
all the crafty things?
Right, because my 3D printer is sitting there, and then my silhouette, and I have some other things in that little cabinet.
Yeah.
I'd have to move them, and I have a giant table, like I said, covered in shit right now. But it also has my giant embroidery machine.
Oh, right. So there's not really room for a bookshelf up there.
Yeah, I'm not really the type of person that likes to put things away in between using them. If that, not crafts.
Yeah,
I don't put my 3D printer away in between printing. I don't.
Right.
My sewing machine stays on the table. So I think that's the struggle, is if I put a bookshelf in here, unless I can find a small one that'll fit right here.
Yeah.
Along this wall. But it won't be in the shot. But I do.
Right.
I have some shelves up that
oh yeah, you could just
shelves.
put some hangy the floating shelves or something.
Yeah, floating shelves, that's what they're called. And then I have 400 vintage burbs. Ceramic burbs that I was planning on putting on the shelves, but now I could put books up there too.
Well, I mean, you've already said that you've ran out of space, so you have to make yourself some bookshelf space.
I do, but I've decided I am going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to go through all my books, and I'm going to get rid of some.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
All right.
It's going to be all the ones that I haven't read in a long, long time.
Uh-huh.
The ones that don't pertain to my lifestyle anymore.
Uh-huh.
And what else?
I saw someone online say that they only keep 4- and 5-star books on their shelf. So if they've read it and it's if they've already read it and it's 4 or 5, it stays. If it's less than 4, it automatically gets donated or sold.
Wow. Yeah. That's a good way to keep your books down. The problem is...
You don't have that many?
I have more unread books than I have read books at this point. All right. So
what you really need to do is go through and pick out the ones you know you're not going to read.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just need to, unfortunately, a significant portion of them, I'm not going to say half, but a significant portion, what I feel is significant, are the, the special editions.
Yeah.
Because I have no control over those. I get them and I'm
yeah,
I don't really care about this book.
Yeah.
But can I get rid of it? No.
No, because it's pretty.
I know. So I know I might have to try my hand at selling them online, the special edition ones.
Yeah.
But I also know that I'm not good at that whole I've sold this to you. I should go to the.
I have to. No, I actually have to go ship it to you.
You have to go to the office now. That will not happen. Don't buy books from me.
If you see Nicole's name, don't go to it.
You'll never get it until you message me and you're like, Nicole, I'm waiting on this book, and I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll get there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, that is not the elephant in the room that I was speaking of.
Oh, well, sorry to take us on a tangent.
That's okay. I love your tangent because you have been talking about moving in your room for a really long time. So
Yeah.
that was a perfect tangent to go on. No, the elephant I was speaking of is the elephant that happened over the weekend of Sarah J. Maas announcing that she has finished the draft of the next ACOTAR book. So if you are interested, I'm sure this is not news to anyone, but basically what happened is she posted about it and then the internet fucking blew up. Like, it's all anyone can fucking talk about now, and I'm very upset about it. And this whole weekend was just like scrolling through stuff because it was like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the TikTok trying to like change my algorithm because I watched one TikTok to full-ality. I don't even know what the word is, but I watched the complete like video because it was a guy. I didn't look at his name or anything like that, but he's like, "Oh my god, they finished the first draft or whatever. How long does it take after that?" And he like went on this whole tangent, and I was like, "Ah, sweet, I can mention it if Vanessa doesn't."
Yeah.
And that's literally all I said to myself. And then
like, TikTok took over.
TikTok was like, "Oh, you like Sarah J. Maas? You want ACOTAR? Like ACOTAR." It's like, no, give me puppy videos.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I the kind of the same thing happened to me. It wasn't the same video or whatever, but I think I saw it on Instagram and then like saw one post about it and somebody was like, "What does it say?" And then that's all it took. I looked at it for like 30 seconds and then my algorithm was like, ACOTAR. Like, no.
Yeah.
So that's the big news. I don't want to just because I don't care about it, I don't want to just sidestep it because we do have, I'm sure, people who care about Miss Sarah J. Maas. And in that same this weekend there was another book announcement that came out, another one that I don't really care about, but I'm probably going to read it. Is the fourth Lightlark book was announced.
Oh yeah.
So Alex Astor announced book 4 is called Crown Tide, and it's coming out on December 2nd.
Oh, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, it felt weird that it was like announcement and then like a couple months later that it's coming out. So basically she hasn't shared anything about her working on it this whole time or whatever. But I will probably read it just because I'm interested to see where she goes with it. But I'm gonna go into it with my expectations very low.
Right. I think that's the best idea.
Yeah. So yeah, that was all. Quick elephant announcements, and then we don't have to talk about it again until it releases, and we can say it released, and then we can be done with it.
Nice. I like this idea.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've given the elephant news that we don't care and we'll never talk about again, can I give you I don't know, is it still elephant news of stuff that I will continue to talk about forever?
All right. Can we call it like a green elephant or something? If it's a green elephant, it means we care about it.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So by the time this comes out, everybody will have already hopefully seen all of the Murderbot season 1.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But they announced that they've been cleared for season 2.
Really? They already got picked up?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's no confirmed news. I took some notes on my phone. So there's no confirmed news that if season 2 is going to follow book 2.
Okay.
I think the concern is anybody who's read book 2 is that he leaves preservation station and leaves Mensa and that whole crew. So I think the concern was what happens to all of those characters if Murderbot just leaves, right?
Right, yeah.
So I think they're having talks with Martha Wells, the author. Thank you. The author, to see if they can mix in season 3 and season 4 into season, like, well, I say season 2, book 3 and book 4 into season 2. There we go.
Is it because those actors, those characters would be able to come back? Okay, yeah, that makes sense that you don't, like, you hire a whole cast for season 1 and then they're not in book 2, so then you're like, I now have to rehire a whole fucking cast, like,
right, a whole different cast, and then bring all the season 1 people and hope that they don't have other things going on because they didn't want to wait, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that if they combine book 2, 3, and 4, that means we'll get longer episodes.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
Well, and I mean, isn't 3 and 4 the ones that you said should have been one book anyway?
Yes.
Okay. So...
And they are by far the best books of the whole series, in my opinion. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that would be awesome. But at the same time, I was like, but I don't know, maybe just
But then that means it's changing the story and...
Right, yeah. And I know in, I think it was episode 40, I said that if it follows at least 60%, I would be happy. Yeah. And I did that. It did that pretty close for season 1. I think it at least, I don't know, I didn't give an exact percentage, but I think it hit at least the 60% mark. All right. I would be interested if there's any listeners out there who have read and seen it, if they agree with that. But I think it did it. So I would be interested to see how they would do all 3.
Yeah, put all of them together.
Yeah, and what does that mean for, like... Is season 2 gonna have like 25 episodes? And then, but then once you get into like 5, 6, 7, and 8, or 5, so.
Yeah, I feel like shows just don't do that anymore. They don't do like the big seasons. Like, it's really rare if you get something that has more than like 12 episodes in a season. Right. So they could pull like a Stranger Things and have every episode be like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
See, I would be fine with that. But if they did 10, 20-minute episodes...
Oh, yeah, that's not enough.
For 3 seasons, like...
3 books.
For 3 books. I don't even know how I would react to that.
Yeah, I feel like your percentage would go down like drastically.
Yeah. But on other Murderbot news, I saw that Martha released another Murderbot novella.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, it's not like another full-size novella. I don't even know the difference. Okay. But like, this one is like one of those 0.5s. Okay. You know what I mean? And it's 34 pages long.
So it's really just like a short story.
Yeah, like a very short story, like a little BB. And a BB. And I was thinking about reading it, but it's like $1.99. I don't know what is wrong with me that I can't pull the trigger for $2.
I was thinking about this morning or last night. I don't know. Something random happened, and I was like, I need to ask Nicole what her aversion is to like purchasing Kindle books. And now you perfect segue into this conversation. What is your aversion?
I don't know.
Purchasing Kindle books.
Okay, so specifically for this one, in my mind, I said I can't spend $2 on 34 pages if I won't spend $3 on like a full-size book or like $5 on a full-size book. Like something in my brain is like, you can't do it because if you do it here, you'll just do it everywhere. Okay. And then I'll be poor.
Sure. Okay, so is the purchasing of Kindle books a limitation on your wallet? Is it like not a limitation, but like you're trying to be like, this is my line?
No. No. I don't know. I understand that like I have a Kindle and I can go read it anytime I want. But the idea of paying for it, but like it could disappear at any time and I don't have it.
But you pay for your digital sounds.
I know.
Your audios.
I know. But that's like magic. Like I don't like it just happens every month, right? I don't actually have to swipe my credit card or type little or authorize it. It just takes my money and it gives me a
you never buy books other than credits?
I have,
or audiobooks, I mean.
I have started recently, which I know it makes me into a big fat liar, but
you're a hypocrite.
I know. I'm baby steps, Vanessa.
Okay, that's fair.
Baby steps.
We're working towards it. Maybe next year you'll be buying Kindle books.
Maybe next year I'll make it one of my goals to buy at least 3 Kindle books.
Okay. I was going to say 5.
Okay, fine. 5 Kindle books.
Okay. And you can find cheap ones, like especially when they have sales and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
you know, you can find some that are fairly cheap.
Well, and so like that's the thing is if they're like 99 cents, I don't even care. Like even $1.99, I'm like, whatever, it's $2. Yeah. Like I don't have problems buying that. It's like paying the same price as a paperback,
like a $15 book or a $20.
Yeah, that's when I start like getting like my knees get oogie and. I'm like, I don't really know if I want to do this. And, so this, like, Murderbot, like, baby story. Yeah. With, like, the same, like, I don't know, 34 pages. Yeah. I think I'm gonna wait and see if it goes on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, that's fair.
For, like, a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't, then I'm gonna go back and read the reviews and see if it's worth buying.
Okay.
That's my plan.
All right. That's fair. I will accept this plan.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you want to tell me your snack? Do you have a snack?
Mm-hmm. I totally do.
I don't know if I have a snack this week.
Man, I did not prepare. Man, what was my snack?
I was really hoping you were going to have a really good one so then I could, like, think of something.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, wait, I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I just thought one. It's kind of one that I used before, but it's new. Okay. So it's old but new. Okay. I bought a new flavor of the Bear Bells protein bars. Mm-hmm. I think it's called peanut caramel or something. It tastes just like a Snickers.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, it's almost I mean, there's a slight protein taste to it, so it's not like as sugary as like a Snickers taste, but it's very, very close to Snickers, and it's delicious.
Did you say peanut caramel?
Peanut caramel.
Oh, okay. I thought you said peanut butter caramel, and I was like,
oh no,
oh no, thank you.
No, just peanut caramel. No. And it's got like kind of the same vibe of like a Snickers where it's kind of got the layers of like the caramel and peanut with a little nougat or whatever. Yeah, it's really good. So that's going to be my snack this week because I found a new flavor and I'm very happy about it.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to think because I feel like we did do things oh, what did I do? I hung out with my sister. What did we do?
Oh, you went out to eat.
Yes, we did. That's right.
Did you eat something delicious?
We had Mediterranean food. Okay. But, normally it's about par. Like I like Mediterranean food or Lebanese food or, I know they're not interchangeable, but
kind of same vibes of food.
Well, I really like hummus. So like you go to either restaurant and you're almost guaranteed to be able to get hummus. Okay. This place has the best hummus, but that's what it was. That's what I was going to talk about. No, it wasn't. Oh. As we were leaving there, I got into my car and I looked out the window. And it was kind of rainy out, so it was like that noir feel where I like looked out the window and like the rain's going down the glass, and there was a pie store.
A pie store?
A pie store. And I was like, I don't think I've ever been to a pie store. Okay. So I turned my car back off. I got out and like I walked by my sister's car and she rolled her window down. She's like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I have to go to the pie store." And she's like, "All right, later." And I was like, "Bye." And so I walked.
She left?
she left. And so I walked into the store and I was looking at all their pies, and like 30 seconds later the door chimes and I look over and it's her. And she's like, "What? I've never been in a pie store." It's just like, okay.
I was going to say, how did you just run away from a pie store? I don't understand.
I was like, well, good for her. She has self-control. I didn't.
Nope.
I bought a half of a pie. It was like triple berry pie or something like that. I bought it for Mike. It was pretty good.
Okay.
But they had, because I was a first-time customer, they gave me free cookies.
Ooh.
I know. And it was like lemon pudding pistachio.
Okay.
And it was pretty fucking good.
That actually sounds like a good cookie.
Yeah, they were lemon cookies with like lemon icing, and then they had like pistachios in the icing. They were pretty good. So I think I'm going to use that as my snack this week.
Great snack. Excellent. So I forgot. Sorry. I forgot that I was going to tell you a story. So it kind of means this episode might be a little long, but I don't want to not tell this story because it has to do with my books this week.
Okay.
That I went to the Columbus Book Festival this weekend.
Oh, yay! I'm so excited.
Yes. So you're still going to do your books first, but will just let everybody know that part of my books this week is because of something that happened at the festival this weekend. My books, I was planning on doing them much later, and I decided to pull it all left. I ruined my entire schedule for the next however many episodes because I wanted to talk about them today. Anyway, so Columbus Book Festival, if you're anywhere near the area, I would 100% recommend it. They have a lot of like indie authors there. They have a lot of books. Like the Indie Author Alley tent that they have has like 80 authors that sit there and whatever. I bought a bunch of books. They do panels. They have like bookish items you can buy, bookmarks, bags, like all the things. So Tim came with me this weekend and we went to, he agreed to do whatever I wanted to do. He said this was my thing. So we went to two panels. One of them was called For the Ones We Love, Romantasy Heroines. And it was three authors: Nia Davenport, who was promoting Love Spells Trouble; Nicole, I think his name is Nicole Probabla, and he was promoting The Duchess of Kokora; and Emily Wen Zhao, and she was promoting The Scorpion and the Night Blossom. The panel did make me want to buy all three books. I didn't because you had to like go inside and like all the things, and I was like, I'll worry about it later. I'm glad I didn't do it though, because I have The Scorpion and the Night Blossom on my shelf it was a Fairy Loot book that I got, and I didn't realize it. It's like right here. But I will probably be ordering the other two books. Nice. The panel was fun. It was like, I will say after about like 30, it was an hour long panel. About 30 minutes in, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I've heard the spiel. I've heard you guys say some things, and this was fun, but I don't want to sit here anymore. I did stay because I was like right in the middle, and I was like, I'm not going to just get up and walk out. But the authors were all like super cool. Like it was a fun little panel from them. But I will probably have all three of those at some point in the future as reviews.
Nice.
The second panel. It was called Other Worlds, Building Sci-Fi Spaces, and it was three panelists. One, he did make me want to read his book. His name was Con Wong, and his book that he was promoting was Down in the Sea of Angels. Book two, or the second panelist, her name was Arcady Martine, and the book she was promoting was Rose House. She didn't really like sell it very well, I don't think, or maybe I'm just not like super interested. It sounds like I would maybe read it, but I feel like I just didn't really get a great vibe from her.
Okay.
So I don't know if I will read that one. And the third panelist was Matt Dinniman, who I have already read all his books. They're the ones that I'm going to talk about today. I just have a little story to tell you about what happened at this panel.
All right. Sweet.
Okay, so I had set up the whole day, their panel was for it started at 2:30. And I told Tim we should probably go in about 1:30 and kind of like figure things out, whatever. We went in at 1 o'clock and we almost didn't make it into the panel.
Wow.
So we got in line. I saw the line and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, this looks like it's for that place. So I stopped and talked to somebody and he was like, yep, that's the line. So I went and got in line. And then we saw people like at some point walking through, like people from the library walking through, like counting. And we were getting so nervous. There was probably like 30 people behind us is where the cutoff was.
Oh, damn.
And we got in line an hour and a half before the panel started. Dang. So, and then, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is that when you sent me the picture where you had to like, you were like really far away and you like circled
no, that
him?
was actually that was actually the signing line. So,
okay.
So the panel line, it was like a first come first serve, but like obviously with the line. So we got in, and I think that particular panel had like 250 people or something, close to 300 people, I think is what I heard them say. And yeah, so it was fun. I will say it was kind of awkward because everyone there was for Matt Dinniman.
Oh,
like
no.
the other two authors, like there were people there, like there was a whole bunch of shirts, like this shirt. There was a guy in like full like cosplay of the main character, which was amazing. I'll explain it when I explain the book. He looked great. Like you could just tell. And I will say that line was probably one of the most like fun lines that I've been in is for like a fandom. We stood there and talked about the book series for like an hour and a half waiting to go in. Like all of us were just like, oh, this part was really fun and this part, and do you remember that part? And like it was really fun. So that part was cool. But yeah, so the panel itself, like it felt so in the very beginning, Matt asked the question. He said, because they were like, introduce yourself to the crowd. And I feel like them looking out at the crowd, they were like, this is Matt's crowd, right? His question was, the first question he asked was, who in here has not heard of me before today? 2 people raised their hand.
Oh, shit.
And so that means literally everyone in there was there for him. And then when he asked like who'd listened to the audiobook, it was like almost everybody that was in there like almost raised their hand. So immediately it felt like kind of weird. So anyway, they go through the panel, they ask all them questions, like they all talk, it was fine. And then when you walked in, you got a token and you were only allowed to get an autograph or like a book signed if you had that token. So it was only for people who attended the panel. And so they took them out. They put them in their little tables, and then they made us like walk in a file, like line over there. But they had all 3 authors together.
No.
And they and then they had a line, and they said this line, this line, this line. No one was in their lines. It felt like Tim was like, should I run over to the store and buy their book so that we can have, because he was first, and then you could walk down the like table and get other things signed if you wanted. So I actually was going to do it for the guy, but he actually sold out of his books that he brought.
Oh,
so
nice. Well,
yeah,
good for
so
him.
there was at least that. So I couldn't even have bought it if I wanted to and got it signed. So that's actually good. But anyway, it was just a crazy experience. We then waited in line because we had to wait for everybody to go through the line. So we waited in line for another like hour and a half before we got to have him sign books. And I had him sign. We were allowed 2 signing things. I had him sign book 1 and I had him sign book 5 because book 5 was my favorite of the series. So so it was really cool. It was a fun like experience. It was really cool. However, it was funny because that night we like the whole time we were in line, we were talking. Everybody was talking about it, like how awkward it was, and like I don't think that the library realized what they had because he was not a headliner, and he should have been a headliner. And that night on the festival's Instagram, they announced that they were changing his schedule for Sunday. So he was supposed to do a panel, and they were doing like this speed matching thing with authors. He canceled that and did signings. So he did his panel at 11:30, and then when he got out of that at 12:30, he did signings for the rest of the day.
Oh, wow.
For the next, like, however many hours. And they said that people could start lining up at 10. I'm going to put a picture in here. The library posted a picture of what the line looked like. It was fucking crazy. He had, I can't imagine how many books he signed. And they limited them to one. Okay. You could do one book and no photos.
Wow.
To get through the line. Anyways, that's like my big book festival story or whatever. It was really cool. It was really fun. It was like cool to see him getting like all of that whatever, and it was cool to see that, like, I don't know, people were whatever. Maybe next year they'll actually look into the authors and see if they should be headliners.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like a weird slip up, right? Like,
yeah, I just don't think, because it's not it's big. It's very big in the world that it's in. And it's now becoming more mainstream. And I don't think that they realized that it was like that. Because there were people who said that they drove like 4 hours to get to see him.
Wow.
So one of the guys that we were in line with the whole time talking, he drove from Ann Arbor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there was a couple people who drove from like Indianapolis. There was a couple like people who just drove from like all over because they wanted to see him. So that's my story. I'll give you more of Matt Dinniman in my review time, but I just wanted to kind of give my full festival review update.
Nice.
I'm sorry, we're going to be really long today.
That's okay.
Okay. Tell me about your book.
All right. I have one book.
Okay, book.
Yes. All right. So I read this book a while ago. I don't remember when I read it. I've been sitting on it because I've been trying to decide if I'm going to read the second book. And so I've kind of just been, because like with the slump and trying to get like find my way out of that and like stuff like that, I didn't want to give it an unfair listen if I wasn't in the mood. But I had a listener tell me that they saw that I finished that book and they've been waiting for me to review. So here
Damn it, Nicole.
I know. So forced my hand.
Okay.
This book is called Gideon the Ninth by Tamsyn Muir, which fun fact, me and her are birthday friends. We have the same birthday.
The author?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
I was doing some like research on her and I was like, oh my gosh, we have the same birthday. So yes, happy birthday.
Nice.
Friend.
Is it just a duology or is it there's a
series.
More? Okay.
Yeah, there's more. And I have a little bit of, I don't want to call it tea, but I have a little bit to talk about it after I get through this part. So I listened to this one, and it is a fantasy. It is number 1 of the Locked Tomb series. Okay. There are 3 books out currently. I believe there's supposed to be at least a 4th, but I haven't dug down to see if the 4th is the end.
Okay.
So if you go through and you look at like the book cover or you look at the best description I have seen for this book is I almost didn't write a book description because this one is so good.
Okay.
And I can't beat it.
All right.
Lesbian necromancers explore a haunted Gothic palace in space.
Straight to the point. Got you.
Exactly. Like I said, best description. I almost didn't, but I gave a little bit more information. Okay. So, all her life, Gideon has worked as a servant in the necromantic house of the Ninth, and on the eve of her daring escape, she's captured and basically given a deal.
Okay.
She plays cavalier to the princess necromancer, and she can have her freedom.
All right.
All right, so off they go to compete in unknown trials against 8 other houses, and the prize, immortality.
Ooh.
So But the puzzle is much harder than they expected, and it gets worse when the other necromancers and cavaliers start showing up dead.
Okay.
Yup.
Oh, all right.
So there's a lot more going on in this book. It's kind of I don't think it, like I said, I listened to it. It's kind of a long listen, but I really enjoyed it. It's an enemies to lovers trope, which I'm not usually a huge fan of, I think. I don't know. It's not one that I see it and I'm like, yes, I need to read that.
Yeah.
But it is one of the better ones that I've read. I really enjoyed it. It's a really unique story. Like, as I was reading it, I was like, yeah, I haven't really heard. I mean, everything individually was kind of like, yeah, okay. But as a whole, it worked, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, individually, you're like, yeah, necromancers, individually, yeah, they have to do trials. Yeah, okay, everything is like another book. But this one together, everything was a little bit more, it was a little unique. And then on top of that, the book is hilarious.
Good.
Specifically Gideon. And Gideon makes this book. She is, like, she's just, the way she talks and the way, like, her comebacks and her one-liners. I mean, I loved, like, pretty much every minute of her character.
Oh, good. Okay. So all of her dialogue is
right.
Great. Okay.
Great. Yeah. So then you have the secondary character. Her name, well, she's also a main character. Her name is Harrow. She's the princess necromancer. She has a more complex story than Gideon does. And so at first you think she's just a bitch. But as the book moves on, you're like, oh, okay, there's a reason you're a bitch. I get it, and I accept this.
So you get her backstory and, like...
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but their dynamic together is pretty great. Like, the way they snark at each other and like stuff like that, you're just like, hee hee hee. It was delightful.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I will say there was a couple, if you want to call them cons to the book, I think it does get a little slow in spots. It's very side questy. So, like, off they go, do these things, come back, and then they have to go do these. And sometimes they redo things. So it's kind of like, okay.
Are they doing quests on their own and then coming back together, or are they doing quests together?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're off doing quests on their own, and then they have to redo the quest together because on their first quest, they each found different things. And so they're like, oh, we have to redo this quest. And I was just like, oh, God dang it.
I just heard this quest.
I know. I will say there is a bad guy in this book. I won't say that, like, as soon as they showed up, I was like, aha, it's you. But I was pretty fucking close.
Okay.
Like, and I don't know if that was because I was looking for it or whatever, but, like, it was just one of those things that as they were talking, I was like, oh, you're the bad guy, I can tell.
And how early was that in it that you...
I didn't look at a percentage or write down a percentage or anything like that. It was definitely in the first half.
Okay.
Easily say it was in the first half. They, tried to throw some red herrings in there, but I was not being fooled. I knew.
You shall not fool me.
So, this last part.
Okay.
There's something that happens, and I can't say what it is without major spoilers.
Okay, don't do that.
Yes, if you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. And it's borderline absolutely perfect. But also devastating.
Oh, no.
And that is the reason I did not immediately step into book 2.
Oh, okay. Did you cry?
No.
Ah, damn it. You said devastating, and I was like, tears are coming.
No. If I would have cried, I would have reviewed this book on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just joking.
You don't want people to know. You're like, I will never cry. If I cry, you will not know.
Right, I will delete that book off my Goodreads.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I was saying a little bit earlier, there's like a smidgy bit of tea, if you want to call it. I don't really consider it tea.
Okay.
So I can't remember when book 3 came out, how long ago it was, but it's been a couple years that people have been waiting on the fourth book. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a couple rumors where like her, if you want to call it, her output is slower. Like I know they said that she got like long COVID, and she's been trying to deal with that. I also saw that she took down her, like, all her social media because of like online harassment. And so people think that might also have something to do with it. So
why would you have any motivation to like work on stuff that more stuff that's just going to be put out into the world and to invite that back in, you know?
Right. Yeah. Especially if you are, I mean, they didn't give any details to what the side effects to long COVID are, but like if you're dealing with health issues already, like, I don't know, it feels like that would be exhausting to then have to go back out into the world and stir all that back up, especially if you're not feeling well. With like a healthy person, that's probably like, oh, I don't want to do that. But if you're not healthy, like that, I can't imagine what that would be like. So I know a lot of people are still waiting for book 4, but I don't think I saw anything online where they were like, confirmed, it'll be out next year. So
okay. So how I think I know what you rated it, but I don't know for sure.
Did I put a rating in Goodreads for this?
Okay, so maybe I made an assumption about your rating because you made it your favorite for June, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so maybe I made an assumption about your rating.
Yes, it is my favorite for June. I rated this one 4.5, rounded up to 5.
Excellent. Nice. And when will you make the final decision, like, of if you're going to read the next one or not?
I don't know if I'm ever going to tell you the truth. Like, I don't think it's not, like I said, it's not something I want to force.
Okay. It'll be like the vibe is right kind of decision?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't give away the reason, like I said, without the massive spoiler if you have not read it. So I want to read it, but at the same time, I'm scared of that second book problem, right? Where
I see.
It's not as good as the first.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then I know I'm not going to read the third one, and I'll be sad. So right now, the book is great.
Okay.
I just assume the rest of it's going to be great, and I'm living in my happy little lie.
Okay. I like this happy bubble, where the whole series is fantastic. All right. Well, that's great.
Yes.
Is that it?
That's it.
Excellent. Are you ready for this chaos that I'm about to bring you?
Yes. Let me get comfy.
Okay.
In my comfy chair.
Okay.
All right, go.
So, as previously stated, I read a series by Matt Dinniman. It's called the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. There are currently 7 books out, and he said it could be 10, it could be 11. He said it could be 8. Like, he's like, I don't know what it's going to be, but that's kind of his thinking right now, is that it's going to be like 10, 11.
Okay.
So
what
unknown.
What would happen to be like, you know what? It's 8.
He said, he kind of made a comment in the panel that was just like, who knows? Maybe I'll just kill everybody in the 8th book. And I was like, what?
No,
you can't do that.
That's not how books work.
No. So I will say, to me, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking that he's got like Post-its, and you'll understand once I tell you about this book, but like, I'm thinking he's got like Post-its everywhere. He's got like journals and like everything for whatever. And he said he is not. He does not have that. He does not have the series planned out. He says that there's 2 types of writers. There's a plotter and there's a pantser. And so there's a plotter person who like plots everything out. They know everything that's coming. And then there's pantsers who just fly by the seat of their pants and just write themselves into corners and figure out how to get out of it.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's what he said he does, which is wild because there are so many things that tie in between the books that you're just like, there's no way you could have got there without planning it first. And he's like,
right.
So some of the things that are in his
lucky.
book are actually, yeah. Some of the things, he has a Patreon and he has people vote on things like, he won't ever make things happen to the characters, or like how he won't let people vote on like how his characters will react to something, but like putting something into the book, he let people vote on it and had to figure out how to put it into the series. And now like one of the things that he did is like a massive part of the series. Okay, let me tell you about these fucking books. Sorry. Okay, so the genre is technically called lit RPG, which if you're not a gamer in any kind of way, RPG is called role player games is what they are in like the gamer world. So this is literary role player game is the genre, but it also fits into like the sci-fi fantasy kind of genre. But lit RPG is the main thing. I will tell you, I picked up this book and I'm going to show you, I'm going to put a picture here of what the main, like the first cover, like first release cover was, because it's basically like a cartoon man being chased by like a goblin. And I picked up this book because I saw somebody posted on Instagram. They recommended the audiobook specifically, but she said, you're going to judge this book by its cover, but don't. And I was like, okay, I won't. I will give it a shot. I've never listened to lit RPG. I didn't even know it was like a genre. I was just like, cool, fine, whatever. So I'm going to, like you did, how the written description is better than whatever. I'm going to give you a little bit of what the written description was, and then I'll give you the rest. So this is what it says. The apocalypse will be televised. You know what's worse than breaking up with your girlfriend? Being stuck with her prize-winning show cat. And you know what's worse than that? An alien invasion, the destruction of all man-made structures on Earth, and the systematic exploitation of all the survivors for a sadistic intergalactic game show. That's what. So I thought that was like, yep, perfect. Okay, so here's my version of what the whole series is. Also, I'll tell you, the reason I was going to wait is because I was going to wait till I finished the entire series. But after this weekend, I was like, I need to pull it, whatever. So I've finished, I'm about to finish book 6. So I only have one book left.
So does your reviews include book 6?
Yeah, I'm going to just tell you what the whole series is about, and then I'll give you a little snippet of what I felt about each one, but like not go into details. Okay, so everyone who was on Earth, who was outdoors when the apocalypse, alien invasion, whatever happened, lived and was invited to join the intergalactic game show. If you were indoors, well, you're gone. And indoors meaning in a house, in a car, in a plane, inside of anything. Basically everything collapsed. So if you were in something, you're gone.
I'd be fucked.
Yeah, right. I'm never outside. So if you choose, basically this happened, they got a little notification saying like, if you choose to enter this game, you must enter the dungeon. And the dungeon is, you walk down some stairs, you go into the dungeon, and the dungeon ends up being a set from a reality TV show with countless viewers across the galaxy, and is basically a video game like trap-filled fantasy dungeon. And if you, like I said before, if you know anything about games at all, like RPG games, it's the same kind of thing. So there's levels, there's things that you collect and all that kind of stuff, and there's like an interface, and like you kind of learn all of that as you go. So Carl, who was only wearing boxers and Crocs that are too small, and his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, were outside when they were invited into the dungeon. So they enter the dungeon and are immediately introduced into the game. You follow along with them as they try to survive to the end of the world. When you first come into the dungeon, you learn that there's 18 floors or levels. And so basically they're just trying to survive to get to the next level, whatever. They learn new things about the game. They encounter goblins trying to kill them. In the first world, in the first whatever, it changes every book level. They meet other crawlers. So everybody who's in the games are called crawlers. They meet other crawlers, and they just literally have to figure out how to make it through and live to the next floor. Each level is timed, and they have to gain as much experience as they can in each level, because the next one they're going to need all of the items. Like, you know, in those RPG games, like, you can walk around and like pick things up and stuff, so they can pick things up and put it into their inventory. Some things are magical items, some things are not. Some things, like, whatever, they earn rewards, they earn new achievements, one might say. And so, yeah, so that's basically the whole story. In book one, you get levels, I think book one is levels 1 and 2. Book 2 is 3. For the most part, you're getting one level a book. Each level brings its own enemies, brings its own people that they're fighting, brings its own political drama, like all of the things. So it's not really a spoiler, because you knowing that there's that many books, you do know that Carl and Donut live, right? They make it through. So they're the main characters. Okay. I fucking love these books. If you can't tell already, they're amazing. It's so different than anything. Like, I didn't know about lit RPG, and it's really fun. The monsters were interesting. The dialogue is fantastic. Like, it's great. The game is wild. I will say, like, for me personally, sometimes the rules and the fights are a little hard to follow, just because there's a lot going on. But I don't think that's anything for the book. I think that's me, because even when I'm playing games, like, in my life, I'm like, what rules are we playing? Like, what are the rules? Like, I don't know what's going on. So, like, not understanding what's happening in the book is like, okay, that's me. That's my life.
That about drives, yeah.
Yeah, that like... checks out. So, there's that. I don't know. I've really loved them. I will say, like I said before, book 1 and book 5 both get 5 stars. Book 1, because it's kind of like introducing everything. I really like the introduction to it. Book 5 is called The Butcher's Masquerade. And it had more like emotional depth to it. Like, there's some things that happen. I actually cried in this book. Like, there's some things that happen that are just like, you're starting to learn more about them, and you can kind of start seeing them break down a little bit, like what is going on with them. So each floor is a different length of time, but like floor 1 was like, they had 5 days to get to the second floor, and then and then level 2, they had like 7 days or whatever. And so by the time you get to the end, I think they've been in there for a couple months at that point.
Wow.
And so you kind of start to see them, like, how they're reacting to things, and like all of that. The political side of it starts getting bigger and bigger. You start seeing like a lot of the alien politics and stuff. So it gets a little crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's great. I loved it. I will recommend the audiobook. The narrator is fucking fantastic. He has very distinct voices for every single character. Great. Donut is probably one of the best. There's a character that gets introduced in like book 3, I think, 2 or 3. She is a sex doll head. Okay. And she's fucking amazing. Like, her voice is great. I love her so much. He is fantastic. I will say this series has over 300 named characters.
Oh, wow.
So, but I will say, I don't know if it's because I've been listening to the audiobooks or if it's kind of the same if you're reading or whatever, but I feel like I have a very distinct, like, I don't have a problem with how many characters there are. There's maybe like 1 or 2 that I feel like sometimes I have to be like, oh shit, who is that again? But out of 300 characters, there's only like a small handful of people that I'm like, oh, and usually it's because I've only heard them be spoken of like once or twice. But for the most part, like the narration is like, holy shit. Like, it's so good. So yeah, I would, the ones that I did not give 5 stars to, I was
going to ask a question. Sorry.
Oh, let
Continue.
me the ones I did not give 5 stars to pretty much all got 4 stars. So if it wasn't 5, it was 4.
Okay.
Now your question.
Okay, so you can tell me if it's too spoilery.
Okay.
But I have to know the cat.
Uh-huh.
He brings Princess Donut.
Princess Donut. Uh-huh.
Does she have like a voice?
She does.
So she's a talking cat?
She is once they get into the game.
Oh, okay. So the game gives her the ability to...
Yeah, it happens very early, so it's not a spoiler. Like, one of the first things that happens is when they first enter the game, they get some, like, prize boxes. And one of the prize boxes is, like, a snack treat that you could give your pet if your pet came in with you. And it had, like, a 50-50 chance of being, like... it gave them powers, but they're still a pet, or it like made them a crawler.
Oh,
so she's a full crawler in the game.
Oh, so she's a character on her own.
Yeah,
she's not. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, she's got her own thing, and they are in the Princess Posse. That's the name of their group. She's fantastic.
That's awesome. All right, that's cool. Yeah, that was gonna be my next question, is if you brought your pet, do you have to, like, I could not imagine taking a pet or something like that.
I know. So they do have an instance of it, of like a dog that came in who stayed as a pet, and so they still like fight and stuff, but they're not a crawler, they don't get points, they don't get experience, they don't like gain strength, like all that kind of stuff. So or very little. So yeah, no, Princess Donut is her own. She's a crawler in the game. She's like her own thing. And her voice from him is she's like a British, like uppity, like, cause she's a show cat. So she's very like prissy, and she's fantastic. And that's awesome. When they have like a game thing where they can type chats to each other, and she only uses caps. So everything that she types out is yelling, and
nice.
The narrator does it as yelling. It's so great. It's fantastic. And when she is like happy. When she is feisty, oh man, the voice is just, it's fantastic. I will tell you, there's been a couple of times where like she'll say something and I will rewind it so that I can listen to him say it again.
That kind of makes me want to at least listen to book 1 just so I can hear this cat.
Yeah. And so his voice has changed a little bit for I went on a massive YouTube thing this weekend and I watched a whole bunch of videos of the narrator talking about everything. So in the beginning, Carl kind of sounds like, if you know who Patrick Warburton is, he's like if you saw his face, you would know exactly who he is. Okay. And his voice is very distinctive. I think his name is Kronk or something like that in
Oh, yes.
So that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So his voice in book 1 is kind of Patrick Warburton. Yeah. Is kind of leans that way in book 1, and then over time he gets a little, I mean, the game is getting to him, so his voice changes a little bit. Okay. Princess Donut stays the same. For the pretty much throughout, but I would recommend if you wanted to listen to the first one at least.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's so good. I like, this is not something I ever would have like picked up or thought of or anything. I just randomly chose it one day, and now it's for sure like a favorite series.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, I always see lit RPG in Kindle Unlimited. Oh,
you do?
Yeah, and every once in a while I'm like, should I try this? But then, and I recognize this is with any book, but you read like a couple reviews and it kind of scares me away a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe I'll just have to like bite the bullet.
Yeah.
But I'm also,
they all of the whole series is on Kindle Unlimited. So if you wanted to read it, it is on KU. I don't think they're not free on Audible. But
that's okay.
Yeah, I would. Between the two, though, I actually have been downloading. What I've been doing is downloading the KU version. So while I'm listening, if there's like a something that one of them says or like something like that, I'll go into the Kindle Unlimited, and it's so great because Audible and Kindle Unlimited, they link up together, so it takes me right to the page and I can put a little highlight in there. So I've been doing that. I didn't do it with the first two, but I started doing that once I realized they were on Kindle Unlimited, and I started doing that. So
nice.
So I will have some highlights to put on Goodreads once I'm done.
Nice.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that was so long, but it was so, the series deserves it. I promise.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. It's really fun. And then, the guy at that did like dressed in cosplay. So Carl's in boxers only. And it's like, white with red hearts on him. And that's what he has to wear in the game. And he's not allowed to wear pants because at one point the AI in the game is like, he likes him in boxers. And so he's not allowed to wear pants or else it'll take away his strength. He also likes his feet, so he doesn't have shoes. So he's barefoot and he only has boxers. And for the first bit, he doesn't have a shirt either until he gets like a vest that has like magical properties to it. But the guy at the WhatChamacallit, he was wearing like had the whole
That's
getup.
pretty cool.
All right, are you ready for our question?
Maybe.
Okay, we're gonna do. Hopefully, it's a really short question.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on recommendations? Hate them. Bye.
Done. Goodbye. It depends on who it's from.
True.
I definitely think recommendations are weighted.
I agree. Like you have to, that's what I've found online is like, if I see something that's like highly recommended from something, I'll go look at the rest of their posts and see what else they recommended. So then I can see if it's books that I know I've very much disliked. And I'm like, okay, we have different thoughts.
Yeah. And I know I brought this up before, but that whole thing that Goodreads does with like friends and followers or whatever, where if you just scroll down, you can see if anybody else. I always look at that.
I do
it's
too.
like the first thing that I look at if I am looking at a book. Who else has read this? Because
I do the same
have
thing.
to know
Yes.
what they think. And there are a couple people that I've on like Goodreads that I've seen. They do like we read similarly, and if I see they don't like it, I'm always like,
Right. It kind of gives you some pause.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way about getting recommendations. Giving recommendations gives me...
Oh, I hate.
I know. I feel like I could give them if I don't get feedback.
Yes.
Like, I'll give you a recommendation all day long, but do not tell me if you actually read it.
Right. Yeah, there's some books that I have no problem recommending, and I do not care. That's how good the book is.
Yeah.
That's how good the book is. But yeah, I don't know. If I'm like anywhere half like not 100% made up on my rating.
Like if it's not a full true 5 stars, like if I had to give it 6, I probably could. Like if it's not one of those, it's hard to tell people. Or I have to give like so many caveats. Like, okay, I liked this book, but like
I can't really think of like, because if I even the bareliest hint of like not liking a book, like you said, I have to give like 50 caveats.
Yep.
And I end up just spoiling the book.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Just, like I really like it, but all these people are stupid and they all die.
Right. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What?
Yeah. Well, tell us how you feel about giving recommendations. Are you fine with it? Are you whatever? You don't care what other people's opinions of your favorite books are? Or how you like to take recommendations. Are you very choosy? website, SaveTheStoryPod.com. Everywhere on socials, Save the Story Pod. Go visit us in all the places. Send us all your thoughts and feelings and ideas, and keep a lookout for our bonus bites as well. All of those are still happening. The end.
The end.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye. Get out of here.